She's going to beg and say, please forgive me, please forgive me. But the reality is, we don't want the man that forgives us. We really don't. We want the man that says, you had your chance. It's been a pleasure. I wish you the best. Because that's the man we respect.
You ever sit back and think, why do some men get obsessive respect from women while others get questioned, tested, or straight up ignored? It's not money. It's not looks. It's not smooth-talking confidence. It's something deeper. It's about boundaries, the ones most guys are too afraid to set, but women secretly crave. Because here's the harsh truth. The second you become a man without boundaries, you become a man without respect.
Boundaries are not to control other people's actions towards you. They're to control your own actions based on what others do to you.
In this video, I'm going to show you 5 Stoic boundaries that instantly make women see you differently, desire you more, test you less, and treat you like the man they don't want to lose. And don't worry, this isn't generic surface-level fluff. These are the exact boundaries that high-value men use without ever raising their voice. So if you've ever felt like she pulls away the more you give, watch until the end, because by the time this video's done, you won't just understand how to earn her respect. You'll understand how to command it without saying a word. Oh, and before we continue, I've got something special for you. A free ebook, the Female Mind Control Handbook. It reveals the hidden secrets to making any woman crave you. Grab it now. Link in the description or pinned comment. 1. The boundary of self-priority. You come first, always.
If you're an agreeable person, and that means you're fundamentally compassionate and caring, you don't like conflict, you like to put other people at ease, you're likely to go along to get along. Now, the problem with being a caring person is that, of that sort, an agreeable person, is that you don't like conflict, you're going to always assume the best of others, and it's going to be difficult for you to say no when you need to say no. And what no means, by the way, just so that everyone who is listening is clear, no, when you say it to someone, means if you don't stop doing that, something you do not like will happen to you with 100% certainty.
You want to know when a woman starts truly respecting you. It's the moment you show her this truth. You are not afraid to choose yourself, even if it means losing her. Most men crumble here. They're too scared to lose the attention, the affection, the sex, the idea of having someone. So they bend, they postpone their workouts, they cancel plans with the boys, they trade self-discipline for, I just didn't want to upset her. But here's the kicker. Every time you put her ahead of your mission, she loses a little bit of her respect for you. She might smile in the moment. She might say, "Oh, that's sweet." But deep down, she's filing it under weakness. Because a woman doesn't want to be your everything. She wants to be part of your life, not your oxygen. You set this boundary by making it obvious that you're the sun in your universe. You don't miss the gym for a cuddle session. You don't ditch your goals to babysit her insecurities. You don't entertain drama that derails your day. And you say it with calm, unshaken strength. I care about you, but I don't abandon myself to prove it. That's power. That's rare. And that's what makes her lean in, craving your time, because it's no longer guaranteed. She respects your yeses more, because your no actually means something. 2. You don't play the reaction game. If there's one boundary that separates boys from grounded, stoic men, it's this. You don't allow her emotions to dictate your emotions. Let me break this down. A woman will test you emotionally, not because she's evil, not because she's manipulative, but because on a subconscious level, she's trying to feel safe, and nothing makes her feel safer than a man who doesn't flinch when she throws emotional fire. She starts crying during a small disagreement. You stay grounded. She goes cold and distant for a few days. You don't chase, you observe. She starts yelling or projecting her stress onto you. You pause and speak from control, not defense. Why? Because the moment she realizes she can't hijack your emotional center, she starts trusting you more than anyone she's ever met. That's when she stops acting out. That's when she starts opening up, because finally, she found a man stronger than her chaos, and that's the man she respects. Not the guy who matches her energy, not the guy who becomes a therapist, the man who leads the storm instead of becoming it. You set this boundary by calmly calling it out. You're allowed to feel what you feel, but I won't sacrifice my peace to match your panic. Say that once, and watch how fast her emotional games dissolve. 3. You don't entertain low-value energy. Most men waste years entertaining women who do the bare minimum. Why? Because they're addicted to attention, not connection. You want to instantly level up how women perceive you? Start guarding your time like it's the rarest currency on earth, because it is. She takes 24 hours to reply to your message, but expects instant replies from you. Number. She constantly flakes but texts, "Hey stranger," when she's bored. Number. She's only interested when you're pulling away and silent when you're available. Number. You aren't rude. You aren't arrogant. You're simply unavailable to half-hearted effort. And here's the paradox. The more you cut off low-effort energy, the more high-effort women start stepping up to match your standard. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. So the next time she hits you with inconsistent, confusing behavior, you don't argue, you don't explain, you don't beg, you just vanish. Because nothing says, "I respect myself," like disappearing from someone who doesn't. You're not desperate, you're discerning. And once she sees that her access to you is earned, not assumed, she'll move differently. Speak more carefully, show up more consistently. Why? Because a man who values his time is irresistible. He signals one thing with every move: I'm not for everyone. And that's exactly why I'm valuable. 4. The boundary of sexual integrity. You don't beg for intimacy. You ever wonder why some women sleep with guys they barely know, but make their boyfriend wait? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Women don't respect men who make sex the goal. If your energy is screaming, "Please touch me, please want me," she feels that, and it repels her. But if your energy is calm, slow, observant, like you're evaluating her, she starts chasing your approval with her body. That's what sexual integrity looks like. You don't throw compliments hoping she'll touch you. You don't do favors in exchange for affection. You don't make intimacy transactional. Instead, you treat your body like a temple, not a negotiation chip. You're not hard to get. You're hard to earn. And when she realizes that not every flirtation earns access to your bed, she sees you as the prize. The one man who doesn't validate her just because she's hot. That triggers her most ancient erotic desire, to prove herself to a man who doesn't need her to. Sexual boundaries aren't about holding back. They're about holding power. And when she feels that masculine restraint, she'll do things you didn't even ask for, just to break through your calm. 5. The boundary of silence. You don't argue, you exit. Some of the strongest men I know don't yell. They don't raise their voices. They don't win arguments. They just leave. And not out of ego, out of sovereignty. Because the moment a man starts arguing for his worth, he's already given it away. Here's what a high-value boundary looks like. She starts a fight to get your attention. You say, "We can talk when it's calm." She insults you, hoping to get a reaction. You say nothing and walk away. She withholds affection to punish you. You respond with silence, not submission. You stop explaining yourself. You stop defending what doesn't need defending, and you walk away with dignity intact, even if it hurts. Why? Because silence is power. And power is magnetic. She won't say it out loud, but when a man withdraws without a word, her subconscious panics. Did I go too far? Why didn't he fight for me? Why does his silence feel heavier than my words? That's when she realizes you are not like the others. You're not ruled by emotions. You're not here to compete. You're here to lead. And if you can't, you leave. Silence isn't passive, it's sacred. And once she feels that quiet strength, she'll never test you the same way again. Drop this in the comments like you mean it. I'd rather lose her than lose myself. Let's see how many men are done begging for crumbs and ready to become the table. And if this video just flipped a switch in you, subscribe. This is the kind of mindset content you don't find in the mainstream.